What's up, everybody? Just got back from having a trip in DC. Was there for some work and took the family and saw all the monuments and went to the Pentagon and saw the White House and Congress and the Capitol and all the different things. And it really makes me think about, all that's going on in the country and all of the disappointment and the frustration and the polarization and the left versus right and, who's running for office and the candidates that we get and just really makes you wonder, like, why do we not have better candidates? And then you start looking at it and I pull up a search for candidates in my area and who's running for office next and how much campaign money did they have and what was their, how much did they spend on their campaign? And it's incredible the amount of money that is in politics and the amount of people that have been in politics for 20 years, for 30 years. And even when you get newbies coming in, those same newbies are doing the same things that everybody else that they just replaced was doing. So there's very little differences between the left and the right, the left and the right. They all are very similar. They're doing the same stuff. They're all, there's a lot of things going on the news, on the web. But as far as actually changing, as far as actually listening to the constituents, the whole point of our representatives in government is to represent the people that they obviously represent, right? You and me and those in their community. But how many times are they listening? I actually write my congressman and my senator, my state representatives. I actually call them on topics and things like that. But very infrequently, I'm going to get a canned letter back. And obviously, I know there's a lot of people that write in. They can't make a phone call for everyone, nor would I expect that. But it feels insincere, right? You get this canned template letter, and with that is just this automatic response. Looks like something ChatGPT or some intern wrote. And it really doesn't even get to the core of the thing that I sent in. So it really just makes me wonder, like, what frustrations, like, why don't more good people step up? Why aren't more people running for these offices? Why don't we have new blood in these positions? Why don't we have good men, women stepping up to challenge these ideas, these people getting new blood in these environments? Like, what barriers are preventing us from stepping up and having conversations with friends and my wife and others? It's like most people don't want that job. They don't want to be a politician. They don't want to run for office. They don't want to be in the limelight. They don't want to be on the news. They don't want to have their lives dragged through the mud. They don't want to have the security things, all of those issues, which means the only people that are in that office are people that want to be a career politician. One of the things I love about the state of Texas is the way that our representatives work. You can't be a representative as a job. Like, it's just not, you don't make enough money. All of our representatives, it's a part-time role, right? And they get paid very little, and that's intentional. Unfortunately, at the federal level, that's not the case. Most of our politicians have made careers out of those things, and that's all they do. And we also see all of the financing things that are going into we have these politicians that go in, at a normal average pay level, and then all of a sudden they are multimillionaires when they come out the other side. There's a whole bunch of corruption. Money is at that root, but it really comes down to one of my favorite quotes that is, all that needs to be done for evil to prevail is for good men to do nothing. It takes people to step up, to make a difference when they see a problem, to do something about it instead of sitting on the sidelines and expecting or hoping somebody else is going to solve that problem for them. I posted about this in text on Facebook. I put it on LinkedIn as well. Seeing about a video, seeing how much more interaction I can get. Again, I'm not running for office or anything like that. It's just really why not, right? Why not have conversation? Why are we not having these conversations and asking these questions beyond just Twitter and attacking people? This is not a left versus right. This is not, this person versus that person. It's because we're all in the same ship. We're all, the focus of this message is for America, right? Americans. If you're a Democrat, a Republican, a Libertarian, if you voted for Trump, if you hate Trump, if you voted for Biden, if you hate Biden, we're still on the same ship, right? We're still all Americans. And wishing the other person, whoever is, Biden is president today. Wishing that he does a bad job is not good when you're living here. When your finances depend on that. Same thing with Trump when he was in office, right? Or whoever the president is. It's not about the person. It's about the fact that we are sitting in this same place. And we all have to deal with these issues. And we want the best. We should be talking with people from both sides, both parties, all parties, to have a conversation around these topics. And actually look at this as an idea, as a person, not as just I'm against you in this area, so I can't talk to you. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care who you are going to vote for. I don't care how you feel about abortion or name the topic. Even if we don't align or agree on those topics, doesn't mean that we can't see each other and have a conversation, a dialogue, right? A Socratic discussion about these topics and be different. When we stopped talking to each other, we got on our phones, we started tweeting, we started attacking each other from across the pond, across the country. It made it really easy to say things that we would not say to a person's face, right? I would never walk up to a person, I wouldn't do it anyways, but some people would never walk up to a person and call them fat or call them ugly or whatever those things are, but you have no problem doing it over the internet. Getting back to conversations and seeing people as people and their ideas. And you are not your idea. You can be wrong. You can change your mind. It doesn't make you less of a person. It actually makes you more intelligent. The fact that you assumed you thought something and then you got new information and then you said, oh, that information makes me think differently now. So I am going to update my ideas because I am not my ideas. I have the ability to change my ideas with new information. We see this in science all the time. They assume things forever and then the earth was the center of the universe. Well, that's not true. Now we know that it's the sun. What are we going to learn tomorrow that we don't know today? And are we going to close our mind to it because we're unwilling to look at it because we have those assumptions today? Just a lot of ideas to throw out there, think about. I really call for folks to have more conversations. The whole idea of the things that you shouldn't talk about are church and religion and politics, right? I think you should have those conversations. Go grab a beer with a friend, your neighbor. Have those conversations and start it out with saying, hey, I don't care who you voted for. I don't care how you feel about this thing. I want us to have a conversation, but if it gets too intense, shut it down, change the subject. But we should be able to have a conversation about really hard things and realize it's just an idea. It's just a conversation. We're not going to see. I'm married. Me and my wife don't have the same ideas about everything. It would be a really boring relationship if we thought exactly the same on every topic. That's the world. Like, well, how could we expect a politician to have all of the things that I feel and they feel exactly the same? Unless it's me, there's no way that's ever going to happen. That's all I got today. Thanks for listening.